Ludwig van Beethoven, the man who inherited and increased the immortal fame of Handel and Bach, of Haydn and Mozart, is now no more. He was an artist, and who will stand beside him? He was an artist, and what he was only through music. The thorns of life had wounded him deeply, so he held fast to his art, even when the gate through which it entered was shut. Music spoke through a deafened ear to he who could no longer hear it. He carried the music in his heart.
Marsch, go auf!
Because he shut himself off from the world, they called him hostile. They said he was unfeeling and called him callous. But he was not hard of heart. It is the finest blades that are most easily blunted, bent, or broken. He withdrew from his fellow man after he had given them everything and had received nothing in return. He lived alone because he found no second self. Thus he was, thus he died, thus he will live for all time.
Which one of you is the thief, huh? Produce the money, or I will have you arrested. Then arrest me. I took him in when nobody read his company.
And now you want to get paid, eh? Bank shares.
Give that to me! The money is mine! Here is his will. I declare that my brothers Caspar and Johann are the heirs to my fortune, if so it can be called. As Caspar is long dead, that leaves me, just me. Well, give me my money! Answer!
This is his final testament.
What?
All my music and all the capital of my estate shall go to my sole heir, my immortal beloved, signed Ludwig van Beethoven. The letter is enclosed.
This is...
Come on now, don't keep me in suspense. Who is it?
nobody.
Oh, not so.
The letter bears no name.
To my immortal beloved.
My angel, my all, my other self. The maestro was nursing a secret passion.
I never heard such words from his lips. Who could this be?
The only love he held was for himself. I suffered his insults, his temper. I suffered in silence when he spat the food I made back in my face. That money is ours!
It is not. It doesn't matter anymore. He is gone. We have his music. Destroy this letter. It will only show his disordered life to the world.
It's his dying wish. We owe him at least that.
You have no authority in this matter.
I have his authority.
Still the faithful dog, eh?
He was my friend.
What friend would be so cruel?
What brother so uncaring?
You know nothing of my brother!
Take me to Carlsbad.
Ja, mein Herr.
My angel, my all, my other self. Just a few words today, and that in pencil. Yours. Only tomorrow will I know for certain where I am to stay. A worthless waste of time and such. Why this deep sorrow? If we could be united, we would feel this pain no longer.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Frau
Streicher.
Herr Schindler.
Let me find your reservation.
I'm afraid I don't have a reservation.
No matter. We have always room for gentlemen such as yourself.
Is this the address of this hotel?
Moment. Yeah, of course.
Do you know the name Ludwig van Beethoven?
The composer?
Yes.
I knew him.
Did he ever stay here?
Are you a policeman?
No.
Then I will not answer your questions.
Oh, please. I'm trying to conclude his affairs.
Von Beethoven is dead.
Alas, yes.
Best thing for him, he was a terrible man.
Then he stayed here.
A long time ago, too long to remember. I can remember only the damage.
The damage?
I was never paid for the damage. He smashed it all up, everything. There was a chair, 3 florins, window, 5. Had to paint everything.
Frau Streicher, would this be sufficient?
There was a woman. We had been expecting Herr van Beethoven for days. She came instead. She said he was to join her. She registered in his room.
Under what name?
Illegible. Then there was this terrible storm, a deluge. The woman hid in her room, waiting. Ashamed to show her face, I'd say. And then the letter arrived.
Then,
You opened the letter.
I had to. How else would I know who it was for? I only read his signature. My angel, my all, my other self. Just a few words, and that in pencil. I sent it to her room at once. She can't have liked what she read. She left at once, right away. Left without a word to anybody. And then, of course, Herr van Beethoven arrives. When he found she was gone, he went mad. He was like a madman. Threw a chair out of the window. I called the police. I was frightened of him. Here is her signature.
Is that a J or a G?
It looks more like an A to me. Yeah. Oh. She was haughty like a countess.
What did she look like?
Never got a proper look at her. I don't think she wanted to be recognized.
Herr Schindler.
Lock the door.
But Countess.
Lock the door. We must not be disturbed. Not everything they say about me is true. Holt was here.
Ah.
With the other one, the weasel.
Johann.
How could dear Luigi have such a vile brother?
I hope they're wearing good health.
They say you have stolen Luigi's money. They seem to think you would come here. Why? I told them nothing. The price for my silence is that you must tell me everything.
I'm afraid that's impossible. It falls upon me to interrogate you.
And why should I submit to that?
That is what he wanted.
Who?
The maestro.
What I shall tell you will never leave this room.
On my word of honor, Contessa.
There is substance to the rumors. I was the great love of Luigi's life. I first heard the name Beethoven when I was 17. I had heard that his music aroused such passion as to be dangerous. Some thought it obscene and unsuitable for the young. To my cousins, Therese and Josephine. They lived in Vienna, the great music capital of the world. Surely they would know more. Indeed, they did. They knew him intimately, more intimately than they admitted at the time. Most nights, I dreamt of him. And then, Father was posted to Vienna. We were invited to Prince Lichnowsky's palace for a musical evening. Beethoven was going to be there. I knew he must be so noble, so refined in feeling, so cultured. I could hardly wait. I was going to hear him play. That music affected me like none I had ever heard before. And as for Beethoven, I was soon overcome. I feared I might faint.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't see you. I have to go back.
Oh, you are leaving me.
to listen to that ass who plays like a kitchen maid or clipped in staccato.
This music is beautiful. I was told that the Viennese had superior taste. Clearly, in your case, it's not true.
You must be Giulia Guicciardi. I hear there's quite a contest for your charms.
Sir, you're rude and offensive. I'm leaving.
Do you play the piano?
What?
I intend to be your teacher. I shall call for you tomorrow at 10.
You shall be barred from the house. I could not believe the outrage. This ugly man, surely a servant, had called at the front door.
She has a piano. Julia, a gentleman is here to see you. He says he's your new music teacher.
Father, there has been a mistake. This man is a common oaf. He accosted me last night. Send him away at once.
I will not. It would be a shame on our household. Sir? 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 May I present Ludwig van Beethoven?
So you must attend my next recital.
I heard you last week.
I remember.
The music was beautiful. Surely not that bad.
I found the playing exquisite. It's that damn Beethoven I can't stand. People only claim to admire his stuff so as not to seem ignorant.
My dear husband, don't confirm your stupidity in front of the guests. Julia, we all speak frankly here. Tell us your opinion.
Heavens, no. I was not looking for flattery.
It was too clipped and staccato. There was not enough singing tone.
Julia, as you can see, is being taught by the maestro himself.
What?
He comes every day to the house.
Every day. Is that wise?
Why do you say that?
Oh, he's a harsh teacher.
He's a scoundrel and a Republican. It is even said that as a follower of Napoleon, he'd have us all in the arms of Madame la Guillotine. He travels in polite society on his reputation as a virtuoso, but flies into a fit if anyone even dares suggest he sit at the keyboard.
Why would he no longer play?
Beethoven is a strange and obstinate man. He says it makes him feel like a servant, and he serves no masters.
But he takes the money.
You think, because I did not stop you, that I am not listening. A mistake is nothing. But the fact that you thump out the notes without the least sensitivity to their meaning is unforgivable. And your lack of passion is unforgivable. I shall have to beat you.
I'm writing a new symphony. It will cause a scandal because of its subject.
Tell me.
Here, take my arm.
Luigi!
But they should make way for us, not us for them. Their days are over. Your world is finished! Oh, shut up! When I was a boy, they would have had you arrested for less. But now they are scared. They are scared of what is happening in France. You know why wigs went out of fashion?
Why?
Because too many of them ended up in the bottom of baskets.
But I'm a countess too, Luigi.
They are scared. Scared of Napoleon. And that is why Napoleon is the subject of my symphony.
Julia, I have here a proposal of marriage from a composer. Count Gallagher. You were thinking of Beethoven. Julia, the gossip is everywhere, huh? He also has proposed.
Then there is no contest.
You love Beethoven.
Yes.
I cannot give my consent. We are not wealthy, Julia. He is a man without rank, fortune, or permanent engagement. His character and temperament are so peculiar that I doubt any would find happiness with him.
He's a genius.
Perhaps. But in the last year, he has not played nor published a single note. There are those who say there is some infirmity that prevents him.
Untrue gossip, lies.
Has he played for you?
No. We made a bargain. If I could prove Luigi could still play, Father would give his consent.
Obviously a fine countess. Dear brother, you are going up in the world.
Hand it over to me, Remus.
As your secretary, it is my solemn duty to read this.
Beloved Luigi, my father has recently taken delivery of a new pianoforte from Broadwood in London. It is of the latest design and is the first of its kind in Vienna. Tomorrow morning I will send away the servants and we shall all be out. I have done this so that you might try this new invention undisturbed.
What kind of trick have you played on...
Stop it!
Herr Beethoven,
Luigi.
I beg you. Carla, I see you perfectly.
A little text!
Luigi, wait!
It is terrible! Terrible to rob me in this way of my most treasured feelings!
Luigi! Father can go to hell! I'll be your wife!
Julia, it's no use. He can't hear you. He's deaf.
A month later, I married Count Gallenberg.
And you never heard from him again?
He wrote to me. It was... after the war, there had been some unpleasantness. It was a bad time.
They who think me hostile, obstinate or misanthropic, how unjust they are to me. For they do not know the secret reason I appear that way. It is not possible for me to say, speak louder, shout, I am deaf. How can I live if my enemies, who are many, believe I no longer possess the one sense that should be perfect to a higher degree in me than in others?
Not so fast. So what will you do? See every shallow countess Ludwig gave a dedication to? They are all liars who want a piece of him now he is gone.
I have the lady's signature. I shall study his correspondence to find the hand that matches.
It is illegible. You are wasting your time. No court will uphold this nonsense.
Help me then.
Are you mad? Help you to cheat me? I will tell you this. There is no lady at the end of your search. Ludwig was a woman-hater. Look at how he behaved with Johanna.
He had every right. Your brother took a bride of low character.
You are too much under Ludwig's influence to see the truth. He wanted Caspar under his thumb, running his errands. He hated Johanna because she took him away.
There she is. Eh? Oh, she is so beautiful.
A marvelous creature.
She will be mine.
So, you will betray me for that?
Where is your book? Here. Willingly.
She can be born. All women can be born.
You are insulting the woman I love. Huh?
At first it would be all enticements. Then snap, the trap shuts.
No.
There's always a price to pay. I would never betray you for one of those creatures.
Brothers, I have some news, some wonderful news. She has finally consented.
You are to be wed?
Yes. You explain to him. May I present my bride?
Is this a joke? You cannot be serious. By all means, copulate with her, but marriage, what for? You will be a laughingstock.
Every farmhand in the region has enjoyed her for free. Why should you pay more?
I know you cannot hear me, and I don't care. What I have to say is for Caspar, not you. I have had lovers, but that is not a crime. Come, I told you it was impossible.
I only want what is right.
He was jealous of his brother.
She will destroy him.
Jealous of his happiness.
I'm Ludwig van Beethoven, and I need your help. Break the door down.
What are you playing at?
Arrest that whore.
Don't touch her!
Arrest that whore!
That is slander. We were married yesterday. And she is with child. Now leave!
He behaved no better when I married Therese. He wanted us both at his beck and call.
Give up the search.
I cannot. I have my reasons. I will find this lady. And she will claim her legacy with the full force of the law.
The journey was dreadful. The coach had to go and break down on such a terrible road. And for no reason, just a country road. I have to see you. However much you love me, I love you more. Never hide yourself from me.
Nézzétek csak, micsoda kocsi érkezjen! Urasság jön, még sose volt nálunk ilyen urasság.
Úriember jött.
Úriember, ez ficsúr, ez nem úriember! Ja, urasság, ficsúr, ez kicsit. Mit akarsz?
Excuse me, I'm looking for the Countess Erdődy.
Erdődy, ez az öreg vénasszony? Nem. De jövünk ide, a kocsmába vagyunk, egy így inni kell.
I'm looking for the Countess Erdődy.
Erdődy, nem Erdődy az érdekes, az érdekes, hogy ide italt akarunk, és ide a kocsmába.
Zoltán! Hagyjátok be kinn az urat! Schindler, you do not recognize me.
Oh.
Please sit. Join me for dinner.
Countess.
Anna Marie. These are my people. I'm home now. I don't have to play the Countess. I'm free. Poor Louis. I miss him so much.
His death has left a void.
The way they treated him disgusted me. He was too good for them. His fire offended their small brains.
But not you.
I can match his temperament.
You gave him rooms at your palace.
I wanted him near me.
Was he your lover?
beginning.
That was how I met Louis. And how the world learned of his deafness. I was separated from my husband. I lived an independent life in Vienna with my 3 children. I will arrange a housekeeper.
Please.
I heard one. She cheated me.
We had thought of Napoleon as a liberator, a force for change. Now we saw the truth. Bonaparte declared himself emperor and set out to conquer the world. He said he brought freedom from the tyranny of kings. But he was Saturn, gobbling up his children. His cannon fired night and day on the city of Vienna.
There is a strange gentleman here to see you.
I cannot receive anybody.
I think he is deaf. He will not go away. The Countess will see you now.
Your son. We will speak in music.
Napoleon was victorious. The whole of Europe was at his feet. He took a Habsburg princess as his bride and set up court at Schönbrunn Palace. He proved himself no different than any aristocrat. Everybody was betrayed. This was the way of the modern world. The year Louis lived with us was the happiest of my life. And I think of his too. He opened his heart to me. He called me his father confessor. He told me everything.
You must have loved him very, very much.
With all my heart.
And he you.
No. I don't think so, no.
Then he was a fool.
I like you better drunk. It's good to talk about him.
Yeah.
But is this why you came all this way?
No, not only.
You said there was some unfinished business.
There is.
But how can I help you, Anton?
Perhaps it's nothing. And perhaps it's the key to him. Perhaps they're right and I should let it go. But I cannot. It's impossible for me.
But why?
It was that damned sonata. The Kreutzer. At the time, I entertained ambitions of a musical career. I'd gone to Vienna to study and was fortunate enough to be taken by Schuppanzich as a pupil. He and George Bridgetower, the famous virtuoso from Africa, were about to premiere this new Beethoven sonata at Count Razumovsky's that evening. And I was allowed to attend the rehearsal. It was there that the seed of a mystery was planted that haunts me to this day.
Do you like it? I cannot hear them. But I know they are making a hash of it. What do you think? Music is a dreadful thing. What is it? I don't understand it. What does it do?
It exalts the soul.
Utter nonsense. If you hear a marching band, is your soul exalted? No, you march. If you hear a waltz, you dance. If you hear a mass, you take communion. It is the power of music to carry one directly into the mental state of the composer. The listener has no choice. It is like hypnotism. So now, what was in my mind when I wrote this? A man is trying to reach his lover. His carriage is broken down in the rain, the wheels stuck in the mud. She will only wait so long. This is the sound of his agitation. This is how it is. The music is saying, not how you are used to being, not how you are used to thinking, but like this.
Who was the woman? He never told me. I knew better than to ask. He made me see the world in an entirely new light. I abandoned my petty ambitions. I fetched and carried for him. I wrote his letters and smoothed over his domestic disputes. I became his secretary.
Oh, the hag has sold it in the market for a souvenir. It's lost. Gone forever.
Here. Well?
Maybe not.
Ludwig was convinced he had left the sketch for his new symphony in the safekeeping of his brother Caspar.
My God. Here.
Uncle!
The brothers had barely spoken for 8 years.
Herr Schindler. This is my brother, Caspar, and my nephew, young Karl.
Had I realized this, I would have stopped him.
It is good to see you.
I need the papers I entrusted to you.
They were all returned to you. I said, your papers are not here.
You. Where are my notes?
If he wants to cause a scene, I would rather he did not do it in front of the boy.
What did the horse say?
Get out of my house!
You've thrown away my music, you and this foul slut you call our wife!
I've betrayed me!
Maestro! Please!
Stop it! Stop it! He's sick!
Leave! Never return to this house!
He has consumption.
Caspar died before the year was out, but there was no relief in his death. Rather, it sent Ludwig on a path of action that would lead to his destruction.
That man, he rooms with her. My brother's bed is not yet cold, and he is climbing in.
Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
If he says nasty things about me, don't listen. None of it is true. Promise?
I promise.
I will come and see you every day. Come in!
Is this the lad?
Yes.
By order of the Landrechter, Ludwig van Beethoven has been appointed the legal guardian of his nephew Karl, owing to the low moral character of his mother Johanna van Beethoven. Rights of visitation for the mother will be at the discretion and convenience of the legal guardian.
Too watery.
Right.
Then we shall have to find someone who can cook.
She has a swinish face, anyway.
Were you taught music?
Yes.
I have a gift for you. Come. Can you read?
Yes.
Let me show you. You shall be a musician.
I want to be a soldier.
A composer?
No, a soldier.
Oh. I gave my first concert when I was your age. And I was terrible. Your grandfather thought that he was going to make a fortune out of me as a child. child prodigy. Like Mozart's old man. But I was pig-headed. I wouldn't play that tinkly, pretty stuff that was in vogue then. But the keyboards of the day were not up to it. The first time I played at court, I broke 4 strings.
Herr Beethoven! The boy is hardly a Mozart, is he?
I was 12, but father told them I was 9. Died of consumption, and I became the head of the family. Your papa, I loved most of all. As I love you, my dear Carl.
His eyes shone with joy when he looked at the boy. All the love in his rich and deep nature seemed to concentrate on this boy. There was no more tender father.
You should hear him play. He is going to be a great virtuoso.
You spoil him. Schindler tells me you've written nothing.
But I have no time. And besides, all the servants that Schindler sends me are scoundrels.
You're impossible.
Perhaps. You and I. Could Carl not replace the son that you lost?
I know what it is to lose a son. I know the sorrow Johanna feels.
She has no right to him!
He's his mother! He's his mother!
What new insanity is this?
It has come to our attention that you've been bribing servants in order to have access to the boy in secret, while you well know that Herr Beethoven would not allow...
You are talking about my son. My son who I have not seen for a year. My son who is being taught to hate me.
The decree of the court states...
I know what it says. Can you look me in the eye and tell me that a mother has no right to see her son? I will fight this.
You will lose.
He has many enemies.
The filth was bad enough. That man is mad. He cannot hear a thing. He's always shouting and yelling. The landlords would chuck him out from his carrying on. The boy is just as bad. His uncle encouraged him. I overheard them discussing how they was going to beat me, so I left.
Was the boy kept clean?
He'd go a month without fresh underwear. That man cannot look after himself, let alone a child.
I would now like to call Carl van Beethoven. Good afternoon, Carl.
Good afternoon.
How does your uncle treat you?
Well,
He has a hot temper, does he not?
yes.
Do you fear his temper?
No,
Did he ever punish you?
only when I deserved it.
Carl, who would you prefer to live with? Your uncle or your mother? Do you want to stay with your uncle?
Yes.
Speak up.
Yes.
You don't sound certain.
It would be better if Uncle had someone to be with him, because he is hard of hearing and can't talk to me.
In fact, he is stone deaf. Carl, do you love your mother?
Yes.
Do you miss her?
Yes.
Then would you not prefer to live with her?
Uncle needs me. What I would prefer is that we might all live together.
This way, gentlemen, please.
Herr Beethoven, our most accomplished composer. It is an honor.
Chancellor Metternich, due to his infirmity, Herr Beethoven has requested that I speak for him.
As you wish.
His case in the magistracy is not going well. That is, Frau Beethoven has brought witnesses to testify against
your help. My young nephew, Karl, he is being corrupted by this woman's poisonous character.
What Herr Beethoven means.
Should I help you, Beethoven?
Bitte schön, Exzellenz.
Metternich is a worse tyrant than Napoleon. That was recorded last Tuesday at the Swan Tavern. Metternich should be forced to eat my shit. And so on, and so forth. Herr Beethoven, there are many forces in Austria that foment revolt. I like a lively discussion as much as the next man, but I fear that these days we cannot allow quite so much, how can I put it, enthusiasm. Perhaps it would be better if our great artists were a little more circumspect.
Herr Beethoven proposes that he write a grand oratorio, praising all Austria and your magnificent diplomacy at the Congress of Vienna that has secured the peace for all of Europe.
This court has seen fit to ordain that Johanna van Beethoven shall be excluded from the
This court is corrupt!
Now that the boy was delivered to Ludwig body and soul, the deaf genius began in earnest what was to be his most tragic endeavor, to make his ward a great virtuoso. For 5 long years, this was his goal. And in those 5 years, Ludwig wrote nothing. Not the oratorio he promised Metternich, not the mess he promised the London Philharmonic Society, not the great symphony he spoke of endlessly. Nothing. In Vienna, they thought he was finished, deaf, written out. Rossini had performed The Thieving Magpie, and Italian opera was all the rage. Beethoven was no longer performed.
Karl! Karl!
It's late.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's disgusting. Why does he disobey me? She knows my bowel's in a terrible state. You're trying to poison me!
Well, she might appear plump and pretty to you. She's a vulgar bitch. Gossips about me all over town.
Fräulein!
Yes, sir.
Your food is poison. You're fired.
You foul-old bastard.
Right. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Away from you.
Ah. Well, leave me then. You're evil. Like your mother. Leave me alone with no food. God.
God! Have you seen Karl? Karl! Karl!
I'm sending for the doctor now.
Tomorrow.
play for me?
Not now.
It will calm me. Play.
I found this the other day.
The maestro Ludwig van Beethoven has the pleasure to announce a concert which will be the debut of his nephew and ward, Carl van Beethoven, a prodigy taught and instructed by the maestro himself. Why, this is wonderful. The very thing that will raise his spirits. You must be very excited.
Anton, have you ever heard me play?
No, but...
You have to help me. I'm at the end of my tether. Endless hours at the keyboard. For what? He cannot hear my ham-fisted playing. He does no work. All he does is scribble incomprehensible phrases. And then he bellows this stupid, childish tune at the top of his lungs. Na 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 na. He says this is the motif of a grand symphony. I think it's ridiculous.
That cannot be.
But it is. I think he's going mad.
So,
I am to abandon my plans, eh?
I am placing intolerable pressure on Carl. He is a mediocre talent. Carl, there always these asinine fellows like Schindler with their commonplace opinions from their commonplace minds.
Schindler is right.
Oh. Anton Schindler, bad violinist, knows more about music than Ludwig van Beethoven.
This is too much. You're torturing the boy.
Schindler. I always thought that you were a bore and an ass. But you had your uses, and now you have none. Get out. Get out.
Carl. He's gone. On your account.
Carl has shot himself. The farmer found him in the ruins. He carried him here on his cart. I fear the worst.
Uncle, I was expecting you.
Carl was a bungler with firearms. The bullet did not penetrate his skull. He did not die. But the legend grew in Vienna of Ludwig's cruelty to the boy, of how he drove him to a desperate act. Those who had silently disliked him now shouted their derision from the rooftops.
It was not written to me.
Then who?
It was she who came between us. I loved him completely, But he could never return that sentiment. He could not forget her.
Who is she? I failed him. We all failed him. He gave us so much. We could not even make his life tolerable. This last wish must be as he wanted. Tell me. Tell me her name.
But the answer was always in front of you.
While still in my bed, my thoughts turn to you, my immortal beloved.
What will you do?
Some happy, some sad.
I don't know.
Waiting to see whether fate will hear us.
I don't know.
I can live only completely with you, or not at all. Yes, it must be.
Go to her. It must be. Mehed.
May we speak in private?
I have nothing to hide from my workers.
I implore you.
As you can see, I'm very busy.
Frau Beethoven, may I see a sample of your handwriting?
Why?
Please. Indulge me.
Here.
Is this your handwriting?
What is this?
A page from the registry of a hotel in Carlsbad.
I would like you to go.
Signed by you. Did you ever meet Ludwig in Carlsbad?
You can hardly be unaware of the manner in which I suffered at his hands. I find the question as insulting as it is impudent. What are you implying, Herr Schindler?
There can be no peace without the truth.
For you, maybe. But I have made my peace with Ludwig. I forgave him because of the ode to joy. When they announced the premiere of the Ninth Symphony, the gossip was everywhere. Ludwig had fought with the singers. He had fought the theater. Even though I had hated him for so long, even though he had tried to destroy me, I went. I had to go. I knew it would be the last time. could not see him, and I imagined some last-minute insult had sent him running home. Then I saw him. Everybody saw him. He had revealed his most hidden secrets to us. The circle was broken. I could not hate the man who could write such music. I saw him one more time, at his rooms on Schwarzbanierstrasse. That was where he died.
His belly swelled so much that the surgeon had to make a puncture to drain off the fluid. The incision became inflamed. His strength has gone, and I fear the death struggle has begun.
I want him to receive the last rites while he is still conscious. But when I suggested I send for a priest, he turned his face to the wall and called me an ass. Then he asked for you. I don't know why.
Is he sleeping?
I don't think so. He is composing.
The comedy is over.
Yes. I once loved him. He turned his back on me. He abandoned me. I never heard a word from him. I was a fool. I never meant anything to him.
But the letter...
What letter?
Well... For Beethoven, I believe. This is addressed to you.
My angel, my all, my other self. Just a few words today, and that in pencil, yours. Only tomorrow will I know for certain where I am to stay. A worthless waste of time and such. Why this deep sorrow? If we could be united, we would feel this pain no longer. Where I am, you are with me too. Soon we shall live together. And what a life it will be.
We must talk.
Not here. No. No. Caspar, welcome.
We must speak. I'm talking too loudly. Meet me in Carlsbad. This is the address. I can no longer skulk around like a guilty schoolboy.
I have your child in me.
The journey was dreadful. I did not arrive here until 4 in the morning. At the last stop, they warned me against traveling at night and tried to frighten me about a forest. But that only tempted me. The coach had to go and break down on such a terrible road for no reason, just a country road. And now I am held up completely. But I have found another, and we will surely see one another soon. Today, I hope. I have to see you. However much you love me, I love you more. Never hide yourself from me. While still in my bed, my thoughts turn to you, my immortal beloved. Some of them happy, some sad, waiting to see whether fate will hear us. I can live only completely with you, or not at all. Yes, it must be. I must go to sleep now. Be calm, love. Today, yesterday, what longing with tears for you. You're my life, my everything. Farewell then. Go on loving me, ever yours, ever mine, forever.